Almost 2 decades ago, a young woman came to JMMB on an errand for her mom. Today, 18 years later, she's managing JMMB's Jamaican businesses. Meet Kisha Anderson, country manager of JMMB Group.
Well, believe it or not, my mother was a client of JMMB and she was a single parent. So, I mean, my father is not dead, he's alive, but my mother was primarily responsible for me. And one day she came and told Keith she needs a job for her daughter because her daughter has to go to university. So Keith, being the person he is, said, yeah man, send your daughter's resume. When I got here, I don't think they were prepared for me. I wasn't prepared. I came in my shorts, actually. Like I thought I was picking up something for her. And I remember being interviewed in a server room, you know, server where they keep computer equipment. Yes. Okay. And then I was told by Patricia Sutherland to come to work the next day.
Wow.
Said okay, and I came, and that was a start in 1996.
So in 1996, so what did you start at? What position?
We have a role called Client Relations Officer, which is a person that deals with the clients as they come in to be serviced. So I started there. I moved on to do fund administration. So we have a Safe Smart Fund product, and to really do reconciliation. At the time, it was all manual checks. So to really do reconciliation and posting of entries, I did that for a couple of years. And then in 1998, I decided I wanted to come to work full-time, but I was also pursuing a master's, which I did not complete. And I came to JMMB to work full-time as a trainee manager. And on day 3 of my training, the manager at our Island Life branch at the time fell ill. And Tricia said, go over there and run the branch. And I said, what do I do? And I said, you will know what to do. Go over there and run the branch. And I guess the rest is history.
Kisha, a Christian, attributes some of her success to her ability to grasp opportunities.
I think so, and I think even when I reflect on my career to this point at JMMB, you know, in hindsight, I'd say the Bible in Jeremiah 29:11 says, for I know the plans I have for you, says the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, to give you a hope and a future. And when I think about it, I think that my life has been guided towards opportunities because I think a lot of time I've been at the right place at the right time, and with my zest for continuous learning and knowledge and always finding a solution and caring for people, everything has just lined up and I am where I am today.
And that would be your message to young people?
Indeed.
Continuous learning?
Very important. And
learning on the job?
Very important. It's also important to admit when you don't know something, because if you don't, you won't go ahead and seek the knowledge. And I find it even in a room with persons who, whether they're my seniors or my juniors, and we can all share ideas, and the best content is the best atmosphere for development of a company.
What are your expectations in this new job? JMMB has evolved into a highly diversified group with businesses in Jamaica, Trinidad, Domrep, and Jamaica,
Trinidad, Domrep, right, that's
yes.
it.
And probably seeking to expand even further. But you're in charge of the indigenous companies, the ones in Jamaica.
Right.
What strategies do you think you can utilize at a very interesting point in Jamaica, at a point when the ease of doing business here is improving, but the economic growth is at best anemic.
Right.
What kind of broad strategies do you think you can employ to continue the growth of this indigenous company?
Okay, I think we have, as a leadership team, outlined our direction and vision for the future. And we want to be an integrated financial services model. So we see each of our business lines and companies as providing the raw ingredients to be able to provide solutions to our clients. So I think the most important things I can do over the coming years is to really harness that and foster collaboration so that together we create the solution that our clients need. The marketplace is changing. JMMB started a repurchase agreement business. That's what clients are accustomed to us doing. We now have banking in our portfolio. We have insurance services, which most people don't know that we're an insurance brokerage. We have fund management, which is where the industry is moving towards collective investment schemes. I think we have a big role to play in the education of the investing public. I think we have a big role to play in putting together solutions that are easier for people to actually understand and to be able to educate them as they move along and provide value in the solutions solutions that we deliver. So everybody has a goal to help them reach what those goals are, and whether it's an individual or a corporation, just really help people to get towards those end results that they want for themselves.
JMMB's Kisha Anderson there, speaking on her fairy tale rise in one of Jamaica's most successful indigenous financial companies. Next week, I shall discuss important aspects of her new job, including managing managers. From JMMB's Kisha Anderson, we honor our promise made last week to provide highlights of the distinguished careers of each recipient of the 2013-2014 UII Vice Chancellor's Award for Excellence. This week's featured awardee is Professor Simon Mitchell of the Faculty of Science and Technology at the UII's Mona campus. The university's public orator, Professor Brian Meeks, says Simon Mitchell has made a profound impact on Jamaica's understanding of the geology of their country.
His detailed work, supported by teams of graduate students, has led to a new appreciation of the Cretaceous geological history of the island, which in turn has led to a new series of geological maps of Jamaica that will be produced over the next 5 to 10 years. Further work in the region, including Cuba, Puerto Rico, Mexico, and Texas, has resulted in a new understanding of the evolution of Jamaica, suggesting that different parts of the island originated in different areas, coming together some 50 to 70 million years ago as the Caribbean and North American plates collided. Central to this biostratigraphic research has been his focus on the rudists, an order of bivalves or clams that developed in the late Jurassic era and became extinct at the end of the Cretaceous. Simon Mitchell, over the past 16 years, has become the acknowledged international expert on the rudists of the Americas, and hosted in 2011 the 9th International Congress on Rudists here on the Mona campus. The implications of his work have been particularly noteworthy in the continuing oil exploration efforts in Jamaica and the Caribbean. Mitchell's knowledge of Jamaican geology has facilitated the government of Jamaica's 2 exploration bid rounds, and he has contributed to the road shows that the government has hosted in Houston and London, as well as assisting research projects of the Petroleum Corporation of Jamaica and various companies involved in oil exploration. More recently, Professor Mitchell has become interested in the historical development of geology in the Caribbean, and in addition to doing research on the Jamaican copper mines of the mid-19th century, he's working on the biography of James Gay Sawkins, who surveyed the geology of Trinidad, Jamaica, and British Guyana from 1857 to 1870.
Quite a distinguished career, making Professor Simon Mitchell a deserving recipient of the UII Vice Chancellor's Award for Excellence. On that note, we end today's edition of The Achievers.